Can you Airbnb your house in Utah? Short answer, yes, but also no. Because even if Airbnb is legal in your city, it might not be legal on your street. I'm a local realtor here in Utah, and I see all the time people wanting to look at homes that they can short term rental out a room or a part of the home to earn extra income, only to find out after they've purchased it that they can't rent it out at all. And so in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to know before you Airbnb your home in Utah and how to know if it's even legal or possible given the home you're looking at. Take a look at this zoning map of Salt Lake City with me. Everything you see in yellow and tan says R something thousand is zoned residential, and those are neighborhoods where you are not allowed to do short term rental. Everything you see in red here and purple that is MU is mixed use, which technically means you might be allowed to Airbnb here, but it's not guaranteed. If we zoom out a little bit, you can see all of this yellow here with this little bit of red and purple mixed in. Now, just to clarify, just because it's zoned red or purple as mixed use does not mean you're allowed to Airbnb there. It just means you might be allowed to. Whereas everything in tan and yellow is residentially zoned and you would not be allowed. So, as you can see, a lot of the residential neighborhoods in Salt Lake City are not going to allow you to Airbnb. A good rule of thumb for Salt Lake City is if you're allowed to put a hotel there, you're probably allowed to Airbnb there. Here's the whole state of Utah. 90% of the people live from North Ogden at the top down to Payson here at the bottom. And this road right here is I-15, which is the lifeblood of the Wasatch Front and basically connects your three main valleys. You've got the Ogden-Weber Valley here, Salt Lake Valley here, which is the biggest one, and then Utah County Valley down here with Provo. And all of these, this basically metropolis is filled with a bunch of mini cities that make it up that all have their own unique zoning laws, like Salt Lake City that we just looked at. You have to look at a zoning map of each city and interpret their zoning to know if it's even allowed as a potential Airbnb or not. Some of the other hot areas, though, in Utah to check out is definitely Moab here, where you've got Arches National Park, Canyonlands National Park, as well as a lot of beautiful desert area. And of course, St. George, Utah, which is just exploding with retirement communities, and it's very close to Zion's National Park and about an hour outside of Las Vegas. Logan, which is Cache Valley, is a little bit disconnected from the metropolis of the Wasatch Front, but it's only about a 30 to 45-minute drive from North Ogden into the valley through Brigham City, with Box Elder County here, which is the largest county in Utah, in the northwest corner. Most of this is desert out here. However, Brigham City and Tremont do have quite a bit of industry with the railroad, some manufacturing, Amazon warehouses, distribution centers, and Logan has Utah State University. Now, there's one other loophole you need to make sure you double check if your plan is to house hack, which means you're going to live in the house and rent out either the basement or a tiny home on the lot, or just rent out a private room in your home. If you're living in the home and renting out a small piece of it to offset your mortgage, cities are a lot more flexible with that. A lot of cities passed regulation during COVID specifically to allow people in residentially zoned areas to Airbnb the home as long as they live in the home. So they do require you to live there about 183 days out of the year to prove that you are owner occupied. But there are quite a few cities that have some flexible restrictions with that. So make sure you double check the zoning and the house hacking laws in each city. So if you're looking at investing in Airbnbs in Utah or trying to house hack, reach out to me. I can help you find properties that will actually work for this strategy so you don't end up buying something that you can't even legally use. So remember, Airbnb is legal in Utah, just not everywhere you think.